With machine learning and artificial intelligence booming the IT market, it has become essential to learn the fundamentals of these trending technologies. Hi all, I'm Zulekha from Edureka and I welcome you to this session on Least Squares Regression Method. Today you'll understand the math behind regression analysis and how it can be implemented by using Python. So before we move any further, let's take a look at the agenda for today. We're going to start this session by understanding what exactly least square regression method is. Then we'll move on and look at the line of best fit and what exactly do we mean by this. After that, we look at the different steps that are used to compute the line of best fit. Finally, we'll move on and discuss the least squares regression method with an example, and we'll end the session by looking at a practical demonstration of linear regression by using Python. So before we get started, make sure you subscribe to Edureka YouTube channel in order to stay updated about the most trending technologies. So let's start off with our first topic, which is what is the least squares regression method? Now the least squares regression method is a technique which is used in regression analysis. Now guys, regression is a very common type of machine learning problem. So regression analysis usually falls under the category of supervised machine learning. And the least squares regression method is a mathematical method that is used to find the best fit line which can represent the relationship between two variables, right? One is an independent variable and the other is a dependent variable. That's what regression is all about. Linear regression is about finding your relationship between two variables in which one is a dependent variable and the other is an independent variable. To understand the least squares regression method, let's get familiar with the concept involved in formulating the line of best fit, right? Let's understand what exactly do you mean by line of best fit, because this is the most important part of the least square regression method, right? So first let's understand that and you'll finally understand what exactly we mean by least square regression method. So the line of best fit is basically drawn across a scatter plot of data points in order to represent a relationship between these data points, between two or more variables basically. So to be more specific, a line of best fit will basically represent a relationship between two or more variables. So basically, regression analysis makes use of mathematical methods such as least square regression in order to get a definite relationship between your predictor variable and your target variable. So guys, I'm assuming you all have a prior knowledge of regression analysis because that is required for you to understand this whole concept of least square regression. So I'm assuming you guys have a good knowledge about regression, and if you don't, I'll leave a couple of links in the description box. You can go through those videos and then maybe come back to this one. Now the least squares method is one of the best and one of the most effective ways in which you can draw a line of best fit. It is based on the idea that the square of the errors that are obtained must be minimized to the most possible extent, and that's why it has a name least square regression. So let's say that if I were to plot the best fit line that shows the relationship between the sales of a company over a period of time, it would look something like this. I'm drawing the time on the x-axis, so which represents your independent variable. Your price is across the y-axis, which represents your dependent variable. Now this line that you see is known as the line of best fit. How do you obtain this line of best fit is you use methods such as the least square regression method. By using least square regression method, you can make sure that this line is as accurate as possible, meaning that it most accurately depicts the relationship between your price variable and your time variable. That's what least square regression is all about. Now, these data points on the graph should be as close to the line of best fit as possible. That is the idea behind the least square regression method. Now, the farther these points are from the line of best fit, the more the error is going to be. So in order to minimize the error, we make use of the least square regression method. Okay, here we basically try to draw a line across these data points in such a way that the square of the errors between the line and the data points are as minimized as possible, right? So basically you need to minimize your error, right? That's the whole point of least square regression method. Now again, if you notice the line, it is very close to the scattered data points, right? This is what an ideal best fit line will look like. Now to better understand the whole process, let's see how to calculate the line using the least square regression method. So to start drawing the line that best shows your relationship between your variables, we first need to understand the basics. Now take a look at the equation here, y is equal to mx plus c. Surely all of you have come across this equation before, right? It's a simple equation that represents a straight line along two-dimensional data, which is x-axis and y-axis. Right here, I'm assuming that we have two-dimensional data and not more than that. So to better understand this, let's understand what each of these values denote in this formula. Right? Y is basically your dependent variable. If we look at the example that I showed previously, wherein we had price and time drawn out as a relationship. So y will basically be your price variable. M will be your slope of the line. It can be either positive or negative depending on the relationship between your x and your y. X is again the independent variable that is used to predict the dependent variable. So x is commonly known as your predictor variable because it can help you predict your y variable, and y is known as the target variable. So x is used to predict the value of y. Right? So guys, these are all basics of linear regression. And only if you know the basics of linear regression, you'll fully understand the least square regression method. Now, similarly, we have something known as C, right? C is basically your y-intercept, and y-intercept is basically the point in your line which meets the y-axis. Now, don't worry if you haven't understood this fully. We'll move ahead and understand each step in performing this. So guys, the basic aim here is to calculate the values of your slope, your y-intercept, and substitute the corresponding x values in the equation. So by doing that, you'll get the value of your dependent variable, which is y. Now let's see how this can be done. Now we're assuming that there are n data points. Okay, let's say that the total number of data points that are there in your data set are n. Okay, so your first step is to calculate the slope by using this formula, right? X and y values, all you have to do is just substitute the x and y values, and n, which basically stands for your total number of data points, right? Once you substitute the values in this, you'll get your slope of the line. Next, what you'll do is you'll compute the y-intercept. Now look at the figure on this screen. Y-intercept is basically the point on the line that meets the y-axis, right? Like you can see in the figure, the point on the line that meets the y-axis is known as your y-intercept. Now the slope of your line will basically tell you whether your x and y are directly proportional or indirectly proportional. That's what the slope of line will depict. Now you can see that each of these data points have a distance between them and the line of best fit. Now this is basically your error. This error is also known as residual, right? This is the error that we're trying to minimize when we use your least square regression method. So to compute your y-intercept, you just exchange the main equation. Instead of y equal to mx plus c, you just put c is equals to y minus mx. So it's as simple as that. It's a basic mathematical equation. Your final step will be to substitute all the values in your final equation. So this is quite simple. So now to better understand this, let's look at an example and see how you can use the least square regression method to compute the line of best fit. Now consider an example. Let's say that there's this guy known as Tom, and he's the owner of a retail shop, and he found the price of different t-shirts versus the number of t-shirts that are sold at his shop over a period of 1 week. Right? So basically the price of your t-shirt versus the number of t-shirts that are sold. So let's use a concept of least square regression to find the line of best fit for this data set. So like I mentioned, your first step is to calculate the slope m. So you substitute your values into this. I've already given you x and y values in this table, and all you have to do is you have to substitute these values here. Right? N here will basically be your total number of data points, which is 5. So 5 data points, and just substitute x and y values, and you should get a slope of approximately 1.5. So next you'll do is you'll compute the y-intercept value. So again, what you have to do is you just have to substitute the values. Okay. Once you substitute, you should get a value of around 0.3. So your last step is to just substitute the values in the final equation. Okay, now let's say that what Tom can do is he can use this equation to estimate how many t-shirts of, let's say, price $8 can he sell at the retail shop. Let's say your x value is $8. So if you substitute x as 8, you should get an answer of around 12.45, which is basically 13 t-shirts. So if you start selling a new t-shirt of around $8, which costs $8, then he'll sell around 13 of those t-shirts, right, which is pretty profitable. So that's how you can, predict new values by using linear regression. All you have to do is you have to substitute all these values, find out your slope, your y-intercept, and finally substitute the values in your final equation. So that's how simple it is to make predictions by using linear regression. Now let's sum up the entire thing. So like I said, the least squares regression method works by minimizing the sum of the square of the errors as small as possible. Okay, hence that's why it has the name least squares. So basically the distance between the line of best fit and the error must be minimized as much as possible. Right? This is the basic idea behind least squares regression method. Now, a few things to keep in mind before implementing the least square regression method is that the data has to be free of outliers, right? If the data is not free of outliers, then your final output is going to be biased, right? Or it's going to be very wrong, because outliers are basically data points which are, calculated because of a few mistakes, which make no sense at all. So you have to make sure that your data is free from outliers. Another thing is that the line of best fit can be drawn iteratively until you get a line with the minimal possible squares of errors. Right? So basically you can iteratively keep drawing this, and if you use Python code or if you use a coding language to do this, then it's quite simple. It'll figure out everything on its own. Right? There are a lot of packages in your scikit-learn library that will do this entire thing for you. Right? It's a small function, linear regression function. All you have to do is you have to call that function and it'll fit your data accordingly. Now, this method works very well on non-linear data as well. It does not have to be linear data, right? So a least square regression is one of the known methods which can reduce your error even on non-linear data sets. Finally, the difference between your actual value of y and the predicted value of y is called your residual. Now, this is basically your error value, right? So your residual is your error, and this has to be minimized as much as possible, right? That's what least square regression is all about. Now let's move on and take a look at the last section, which is performing regression analysis by using Python. Right, in this section, we'll be running a simple demo to understand the working of regression analysis by using the least square regression method. So guys, a short disclaimer is that I'll be using Python for this demo. So if you're not familiar with the language, you can go through the links. I'll post a couple of links in the description box. So go through those links and then come back to this. So our problem statement today is we're going to apply linear regression and we're going to build a model that studies the relationship between the head size and the brain weight of an individual, right? So it's going to study the relationship between these two factors. Now, our data set is basically contains around 4 variables. There is gender, which depicts whether a person is a male or a female. Then we have age variable. After that, we have head size in centimeter cube and brain weight in grams. Right? That's pretty understandable. So these variables need to be analyzed in order to build a model that will study the relationship between the head size and the brain weight of an individual. So when we look at the variables itself, we know that there is a dependency between head size and brain weight. So this is quite easy to understand if we use linear regression. So we know that regression will be the perfect method in order to solve this problem. So let's open up our Python code. So we'll be using linear regression like I mentioned, and we'll evaluate the models by using your least square regression method, where RMSE and R squared will be the model evaluation parameters. Now don't worry if you don't know what that is, we'll discuss that in a couple of minutes. Right, so guys, I'm assuming you have a good understanding of Python. So I'm just going to brush you through the entire code. So your first step is you're going to import the required packages. After that, you're going to read your data set. Is basically you're going to import your data set. And if you look at the data shape, let's look at the output here. So our output shows that we have around 237 rows, basically 237 observations or data points, and we have 4 variables. And if we take a look at the first 5 observations in our data set, we see that we have gender variable, age variable, we have the head size and the brain weight. Now gender variable and your age range is already being scaled in order to avoid any biasness in your output. Next, what we'll do is we'll collect your X and Y values, which is your head size will be your X and your brain weight will be your Y variable, right? We're going to collect them and store them in different data frames, X and Y respectively. After that, we'll calculate the mean. And then we'll finally calculate a slope and your y-intercept values. Right now, this entire code is used to calculate your slope, which is your m, and c, which is your y-intercept. right? These are the exact formulas that I showed you in the slide earlier, right? So I'm just substituting that formula in Python code and getting the answer here. Now, if you want to see the coefficients, coefficients are basically your m value and c value, your y-intercept and your slope value, right? This is the value that I'm getting for our coefficients. After that, we're going to plot a regression line. After that, we're just plotting our values here, and then we'll finally create a final plot, a scatter plot that will show us the relationship between x and y, right? So let's run this code and I'll show you what our graph looks like. So guys, this is our line of best fit, the line that you can see on green, right? Green in color, this is your line of best fit. And these are all your data points. Now this line is drawn in such a way that it minimizes the square error. Okay, that's what least square is all about. So it's basically minimizing that error as much as possible. We're trying to fit the data with this perfect line, right? That's what line of best fit means. Now followed by this, in order to perform model evaluation, we're going to calculate your root mean squares error value, right? Basically, this is where your least square regression comes into the picture, right? We're just making sure that your square of your errors is as minimized as possible. And RMSE is basically the root of your least square errors. Now, the model that we built is quite good, right? If we take a look at the graph, it is pretty good because our data set is quite small. Right? So if you want to train a machine in a better way, then you need to make sure that you're feeding it enough data. But since here I'm just trying to make you understand the math behind all of this, I feel like this data set is perfect. Now, mathematically speaking, your root mean squared error is nothing but the square root of the sum of all errors divided by the total number of values, right? That's all your root mean squared error is. It's nothing but the square root of the sum of all the errors divided by the total number of values or the total number of data points that you have. So basically, you're taking the square root of sum of all the errors. So that's all you're doing here. This is what your least square regression method is all about. Right here, we're only rooting the whole value. Another parameter to evaluate your model efficiency is your R squared parameter. Now, this is something that is out of scope for discussion here, but I'll just give you a basic definition. It's simple. It's just that the R squared value will measure how close the data are to the line of your best fit, right? Basically, this is also an error calculation parameter. Now, if we look at our RMSE value, it is 72. Now, this is quite good for our data set, meaning that we do not have a lot of error. But if we increase the size of the data set and if we use a different problem statement, then we need to make sure that RMSE value is reduced, right? That's what will build a line of best fit. Now, coming to your R squared value, your R squared value usually ranges between 0 and 1. Now, a negative R squared value will denote that the model is very weak and the prediction usually is wrong and biased. Right? So if you have a negative value, it means that your model is extremely weak and your prediction is probably wrong. In such situations, it's very important that you understand all your predictor variables and you look for a variable that has a higher correlation with your output variable. Now, this usually falls under your EDA or exploratory data analysis, which is out of the scope for this session. So as you can see, our R squared value here is 0.6, approximately quite close to 1. And this denotes that our model is doing good and it can be further used for making predictions. Right? So our model is actually quite good. We do not have a negative value here. In fact, it's close to 1. So guys, this basically shows that our model is quite effective. So that was it for today's session on least square regression methods. If you have any doubts regarding today's session, make sure you leave them in the comment section. Until next time, happy learning.
I hope you have enjoyed listening to this video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries, and we will reply them at the earliest. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to Edureka channel to learn more. Happy learning!